Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video today. It's kind of surreal that I'm here now. Obviously not very experienced and not a natural talent at speaking to a camera, speaking to somebody that I may never know and may never get the pleasure to know, but I think what's driven me to record this video today is sort of a deep feeling that I've had for a while, that there are so many people out there like myself who have found themselves to be the victim of their own apathy and their own just inaction, and they feel trapped in the circumstances they happen to find themselves in, right? Or every attempt they have made to significantly change those circumstances to something they deem to be better, and they have failed time and time again, just like myself. And so the goal of this channel is to share my own experience, and it's raw, largely unedited, and very clumsily put together, at least in the beginning. I hope. I hope to expand on my abilities to make videos so that I can share my journey towards a state of being that I can truly say at the end of the day is better. It's better for me. It's better for everyone that I know and love in my life. I truly, truly want this, in whatever form it takes, however I come to define it, as I grow and as I make mistakes, as I stumble, but as I learn to recover from those same mistakes and to keep pushing and to keep pursuing that ever elusive dream of feeling at least a better person than you were some time ago, however you define that. And so, that said, I just want to kind of share some very basic things about myself and where I'm at currently and where I'd like to be. So, I'm 29 years old. Last time I weighed myself, I was about 280 pounds. I've been eating better recently, but I may have lost some. But fundamentally, I've been around 280 to 300 pounds for most of my 20s. Mainly due to a lifestyle that is just built up around my habits and addictions that have just snowballed into something really ugly, into a person that I've despised, a version of myself that I've just come to hate. And yet I know that hatred just doesn't do it. It doesn't bring you to that better place. It doesn't force you to be a better person. In fact, it lets you off the hook. It seems that for me, hating myself actually gives me an excuse to not take care of myself. But it's not a sustainable way to live, because then I either give up and let everything around me truly crumble and give into that, or I change. And I choose change. So, I've been sober since August 1st. It's the clarity that I've gained from this recent past sobriety that has pushed me to even do something like this today, to record a video. But can't exactly articulate what else has pushed me to this point, because I've tried sobriety breaks time and time again, and they never amount to anything more than 6 weeks or so of solid, maybe meandering, but progress. But then it just implodes, and I get reset back to square one. Some things that I'm currently working on, obviously, is eating better. I definitely think that the food you choose to eat will largely dictate, how you function throughout the day. I'm sure that's not a revolutionary thought by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, I'm reading off notes here too, so bear with me in this very awkward first step. Of course, I want to get physically fit too, not necessarily for aesthetic reasons, though. I'd be lying to say that I didn't want to look good, but for me, what's scary is just how quickly aging can sneak up on you, even at 29 years old. And I know that being obese will only exacerbate any of those issues that I will continue to experience. And to combat aging as best as I can, I need to have physical fitness on my side. So, to that end, I would say those are fundamentally those are key drivers. But as well, in terms of developing the other areas of my life, the interests that I've told myself that I want to pursue. I've been telling myself all the time, when I'm mindlessly scrolling and, I'm gaming too much, or I'm just pissing away time, I tell myself that I want to develop a knowledge base that really guides me to the most valuable things a person can experience, right? Be it through science, philosophy, spirituality, and obviously in this day and age with artificial intelligence, there are many exciting things in the world, and I want to be a part of them. I want to at least have some sense of what's going on and maybe contribute in some way that is meaningful, right? And that's truly that distant horizon that keeps pulling at me, is that I want to look back and know that I led a purpose-driven life, that I had some guiding light that brought me to, not a utopia or some perfect state, but at least in alignment with something that's truly meaningful and good in the most basic sense possible. So again, to pursue these interests, they're not immediately gratifying. I'm sure they can be exciting and such, but considering the world we've built around us, it's not easy to dedicate yourself to a life like that. And yet I want to do that very thing. So it means taking a hard look at what I'm currently doing and asking myself, is this really meaningful to me? Is what I'm doing now really significant to me in some way? And most of the time it's not. So again, I can't ignore that. And that means doing things like this that are uncomfortable, maybe amount to very little, and yet I can at least say I tried. So, and I want to expand on my skills, that all the soft skills, from being able to relate to one another, to other people I should say, and to be able to speak in front of strangers on a camera or in public. Don't mind my cat, she likes to she likes to do with cats too. So all this to say is I want to develop skills all around these interests so that I'm better able to communicate what I learn in this journey, share it with anyone who might end up watching these videos. I'm not expecting to be some big YouTube celebrity or anything like that. I mean, if that happens, great, but I want to do it in a way that feels authentic. So that means then doing these uncomfortable things and pulling my cat off the table when she decides to photobomb me. Things never work out exactly how you think they will, but I think if you try hard enough and align yourself with as many values as possible that you truly think are good, and you take away the noisy cardboard box that you gave your cat that had the tripod you're using in it, well, you find something in the end that still was worthwhile, even if it didn't look anything like you thought it would. And so if you yourself are on a journey, anything like this, that's geared towards self-improvement and aligning yourself with what you think is meaningful in life, then I encourage you to follow me on this, to join me on this journey, really, to share your own experiences, and I'd love to hear about them. And I'm not expecting to see a bunch of responses to this video. Maybe no one will see this other than friends and family, but I have to start somewhere. And I can't stop myself out of a fear of the unknown that just keeps you in a safe and yet uncomfortable space. And you always, well, I'm always afraid of what could be, what could have been. And so I have to do this. In whatever awkward, stumbling kind of fashion I come at it with, that's all I can do. So if you're watching this, thank you for your time. If you feel so inclined, please share anything about your own journey to self-improvement. If you're thinking about going on your own journey and you've been held back by a lot of the same doubts as me, or your own set of circumstances, share that too. And I encourage you to start in whatever small way you can, in whatever way you think will start you on the path to a truly meaningful life. I encourage you to do that and to share your experience. Again, thank you for your time and watching through my first video. Thank you.